Yo, what's up? Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Alright. Alright, fire. Okay. Guys, gonna wait for a couple more people and then we can start. Okay. Guys, how was your last week? Let me know in the chat. Guys, gonna go through a lot of setups today. I'll talk about the market analysis, where the market is heading next, and what I have as my final targets for this wave down before a bounce. We'll talk about everything. All right, I think we should get started, um, and then people can watch the recording. Okay. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Hello and welcome everyone to today's weekly live watchlist and charting session. Uh, yes, today I'm gonna go through all the ETFs, and then we have this trigger plays, and then before that, I'll go through my spy analysis that we did last time, and then it came out pretty accurate. Since this top actually we have on 4:30, so we are predicting these waves really nicely, and then I think spy is heading towards much lower points in the near future, and then I will share my bear thesis with you guys. So what happened is we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways down already, but still we can see a little bit of uh, gap down on Monday to test this zone here before seeing any bounce or just undercut these lows and then move back higher up and then reject it from there. So what I'm expecting is, so now we completed this three move up from the bottom. If you take this, let's put it into green. So we completed this three move down, um, from 1 to 3 moves down, and then we got a fourth wave up, and then this is definitely a start of fifth wave. This does not look like anything wave for flat correction or expanding correction here. So it's definitely wave 5 going on right now. And then what we saw on Friday. And then the reason I was very sure about the short was it was forming this topping pattern SPY. We got this inverted head and shoulder was going in, and then we also broke this triangle, the uptrend. So I was pretty confident in the drop of that NFP data, and then it followed with the waves. We got 1 2 3 4 5 is almost done. I think it can touch this lows, and then after that we can see a small aggressive bounce towards these highs. So toward these highs we can see a significant bounce, one move up, and then we can see one to ABC to the upside. And then this is the point where all the pullback traders gonna reload their shorts, and then to dump it all the way back down to new lows. This would be a wave 3, guys. So this would be a wave 3 of wave 5. So this one would be a really aggressive wave. Like this one, this was a choppy, right? So we really choppy move to the downside. If we go into 15 minutes, couldn't really trade it unless scalping or holding longer dated puts. But this move will be a really smooth move, just like we have seen these kind of moves. I'm expecting like a waterfall from these zones, but we need a pullback. Price gonna consolidate in a bear pattern now. So, and then once that bear pattern break, or once price met supply, and then we can easily short it back down for new lows. So that is, and then my target for that leg would be a minimum of like 340 345s, but I will keep you guys updated on Twitter what's the count is. But this is my longer term thing, but as we move forward we can get the tops and bottoms as the price is moving. So that's on my SPY. And then on the technical side, if you just price action trader and don't care about anything else, then I would be watching this lows here on SPY, which would be around like 360s to play the downside. 360 quick downside, we have a gap to fill. Gap fill target probably a little bit downside 355, and then after that, if we see a fake out of that level, let's say price made a new low, and then price made another low, and then if price faked out of that prior low again, and then we can get another long entry at this point, and then ride the trend to up to these highs before shorting it back to the downside. Right, so these are the signs that I will look for a reversal, and then that's how I caught the reversal in the prior week when everyone was so bearish. Price closed under the resistance, and then I was expecting a fake out undercut prior lows to trap all the bears, and then bulls went higher, trapped all the bulls here again. Trapped the bulls, clearly see in these candles, trapped the bulls or fake out, and then coming back down. Same thing gonna happen here. They're gonna trap the bears again, and then snap back rally to the upside. So that was SPY analysis. Any questions on it, let me know, guys, in the chat. I'm really gonna go through a couple of ETFs, not all of them, and then only we'll go through good setups. We're gonna take too much time today. Let's go through ARK. ARK is just holding up. The most people think the ARK is pretty strong. ARK names, they're not moving. They're holding it strong. It's just just lagging. It's not like its relative strength is pretty strong. Nothing has changed. The fundamentals is not changed. So it's just lagging. All these names they're not dump to. So just watch these lows on ARK. 35.10, 35.10 breaks. Easy money to short all these. Roku. There's some Rivian out there. There's a lot of shitty names out there, like easy shots. If ARK breaks below this lows here, but it's gonna break probably this week or next week for sure. And then I'll be watching 32.76 is my next target. and then we break $33 on ARC. It's just game over. Next support is at 22.50. There is no support here in this range. You guys can see we have this huge, massive, you can say head and shoulder, setting up. So let's see how that plays out. RQ, same thing, holding on to this key zone here. We break that. 43.51 can easily go test these COVID lows here in, yeah, pretty easily. So looking at Dow Jones, most of the names you're gonna see, they're gonna consolidate in a bear flag. Like in a bear flag, any stock you're gonna see, you see IWM, you see Jets ETF, right? Every single ETF stock is out there. 99% chance they are in some sort of bear pattern, just waiting to drop, and then it's gonna drop pretty soon. Maybe next week we'll get a chop. I think we have a CPI data coming next week, or leading up to CPI data, or we can see the dump for sure. Qs, same setup Qs for, but Q's gonna make me, Q's gonna go a little bit deeper than SPY. It's maybe a little bit more to like 260s. It can test on this first wave down. We have a nice support here in this zones 260, 258, and then we can see immediate bounce of that. But again, guys, I'm not favoring bounce, because thing is, when price moves, you want to follow the price action and not your bias, right? So think about this. Price is in this sideways range for a while now, right? And then what happened is we got a fake out. We were looking for this fake out. That's how we nailed the top on those puts and printed 550% in 2 days. And look at this. We got the same type of thing here. We got a fake out, and then same type of candles right here and here. Look at IWM Qs. So if we break these lows here, if we break these lows and close under very ugly candle gap down, then there are chances I would take like a lot of shots with some size overnight. Even if it got failed, that's all right. But if we get this type of move, just breaking off this range, no pullbacks, straight flush, then I don't want to miss out on that kind of play. So we'll definitely take some lot of positions, and then we'll not look for a bounce at that point. Semiconductor ETF, you guys know what happened with semis this week. Last week we talked about these 2 weeks ago that airlines, semis, and EVs are the main sectors that I'm looking at for a sell-off. And then if we look at all these airlines name, last week, look what happened. Huge bear breakdown. Wafer consolidation is gonna come back for again. Looking at CCL, same thing. Coming back down. Wave for definitely going a lot lower than that. So 660. Go here. So you guys get the point. Everything's going down. Right. And then guess what? We're gonna get a really nice buying opportunity by, I think, end of October, when this 5 wave ends. Let me look at where's Qs. Guys, we all gonna get really nice buying opportunity when this 5th wave ends, because what happens is when 5 wave structure ends, we see a huge bounce in the markets. Like, look, this bounce was caused by a 5 wave move down, and then price moved up like almost 15%, and then 5 moved down from this highs to this lows here. We saw an instant bounce in price, and then price doing the same thing, 3, 4, 5 to the downside, and gonna end it somewhere, and then we can see a huge bounce of these lows leading up to the mid elections, right? And then it's gonna continue again. Biotech, same, not really doing much, but they see a breakdown of this bear pattern here. Needs to break this lows here 78, and then it can definitely see some new lows. Really bearish pattern here. Materials, never mind. XXL, good swing hold. Or like semiconductor, these ones. Yeah, why not? I mean, I have some shorts open. I did not short options, but I shorted some shares in some, in this prior rally. So I'm holding, till the 5 waves are completed, but I'm definitely gonna load some options longer term on that wave two pullback that I was talking about after this wave one is done. So as long as this SOXS is holding this lows here, then should be all right. Uh, so stop can be 44, 45, and then you can see some definitely new highs going forward. Consumer staples, talked about it last time. Uh, Huge breakdown, retested it. It has no choice but to go down, guys. Every single pop is gonna get sold. Real estate, real estate, guys. Come on, look. Wow, what a sell. It just started, guys, just started. So definitely watching Monday for real estate stocks here, because price already broke down of this huge range, and then we can see a further downside, probably a huge red candle on this ETF, and then we have a support around 33, and then we have a gap to fill. Not one but two, yeah, 2 to 3 gaps to fill in here. It's definitely gonna fill in the coming weeks, so definitely on high watch all these names. Utilities, we know what happened with the utilities, guys. Double top, easy setup, every single day shorts. We got double top, and then followed by a support break, and then followed by another formed a low, higher, prior low broken, going down, prior low broken. So definitely bloodbath coming in utility names going into several weeks. And then we also broke this huge uptrend in most of the utility names from COVID lows. We look at MO, right? Huge uptrend is already broken, and then we're looking at Coke. All these COVID uptrend broken, and then Pepsi. All these names, PGs, not looking good at all. Right. Good morning, guys. I only use daily levels to mark my levels. Then I use 15 minutes or 30-minute time frame to mark my intraday levels. Would you buy XOXL when it get washed out? Yeah, but I'll be watching these lows here. COVID lows would be a good spot. But yes, it's definitely gonna test those lows. Mm. Utilities gone. XLV, healthcare, healthcare one. I think I have the setup for healthcare for you guys. We'll talk about it when we go there. Same setup, guys. Watching 120, but I'll be careful shorting it below this level, because we have a demand right below it. So it can just be undercut of these lows and then snap back in. So high probability short would be a break of these lows here. So I'll be watching these lows before shorting or swinging anything in healthcare. XLV, same thing as SPY, sideways action going on, holding these zones here. So I'll be watching these zones carefully. If it breaks, only then. If I see bounces happen, because wave one is almost done, so price can come back to here and then bounce back in. So I'll be watching for that. XME, I think we've done most of the ETFs. Let's look at the uranium one. Yeah, uranium one can be a good shot. rejecting, and then we also making this bear pattern here. You guys can see, and then we also got this breakdown, which I also can see in some of the uranium names. So definitely on high watch going forward. So guys, any questions on the ETFs? Let me know in the chat, or you guys any have any questions regarding anything. Guys, and you guys probably know what's happening around the world, with the credit Suisse situations happening, and then why people are comparing it to Lehman Brothers, what happened in 2008. So that we can see a snowball effect if that comes out to be true. Mm. So because now we're gonna look at some of the names, individual names that we'll see a good setup. The thing is, guys, most of gonna have the same setup as SPY, right? But the thing is, when you're looking at these setups, you wanna see if has a good risk reward compared to trading SPY. Let's say the other day, let's say you're trading ETFs, the names related to jets, and then there's all of the ETFs were going down, like CCL was going down, and then at that point, if you played CCL, you would make more than making playing SPY or jets ETF. So the main purpose of going through these names is like to find a better reward setups, compared to the ETFs that we trade every day. So because I'm just gonna quickly go through some of the setups. If I see a huge support is gonna break, and then we can take the setup next week. So double A, I like the setup. Not comparing to SPY, usually follow SPY. Compared to SPY, it's not at the lows yet, and then we definitely see some aluminium and uranium if sells off. Then I'm watching these 37, 87 lows to play the downside on double A. Upside is far away, so if it goes there, then we'll talk about it. Apple, what would I say about Apple? Apple's gonna break these lows. Let's see what's happening. Pretty choppy chart here. We got pretty. We got 1, 2, and then we got 3, 4, and then definitely 5 years down coming. Breaking these lows and then can test. This is one prior lows would be a good target for Apple for now, and then we can redecide it later. But a key level to hold this week is 137.86, 136.90. We break that and easily can test 133.40, and then we have a daily demand zone where I would try to play the bounce of Apple here in this zone. Not for a swing, but definitely intraday bounce would definitely pay in this zone. Airbnb holding a pretty nice. The thing is, like, the most of the names that I was seeing before going live is most of the names did not we did not see like a real sell off on Friday, even though SPY was down like 2 to 3%, Qs are down, but most of the names they held up pretty well, like Airbnb, double A, most of these names out there, like Adobe, only is down 3% on the day, right? When SPY is down 3%. So I think definitely a sell is coming in these names. So definitely watching for a big red day. So I think they're just lagging the market right now, and then we can see a sell off in these names when SPY is consolidating sideways. Adobe, no, I'm not. These spreads are so wide. Bearish pattern on ADSK, morning star. Any pullback, guys. Any pullback to this supply is gonna get sold. Anything Let's say we see a little bit of bounce in this zone. Even if price don't go there, if it stays under this zone, we can definitely see downside move as long as price stays below this fresh supply zone that it formed. mm. AFL, same setup, rejected at the highs, formed this nice supply zone here in on the daily time frame actually. So anything any bounce in this zone would be a can give a short opportunity, good one, with the stop loss right around this 60 zone here. A firm sideways action, like it. One of the setups I'm watching, definitely 1837, the level I'm watching on a firm sideways, break that, and then we have 1747 followed by 1650 is the next level on a firm, and then we also got this uptrend break and retest, right? So high chances of it's testing these prior lows. AMAT, guys, see, that's why I say do not trust trend lines. Do not trust trend lines. Remove it from your analysis ASAP. So look at the trend line broke, and I will also bullish breakdown retest. What happened? Come back down. Looking at SPY, this what happened? Let's look at SPX. Bear flag again, followed by another bear flag. That's another way to see it. And then what happened? This uh, downtrend breakout, fakes out, right? So never trust these kind of trend lines, patterns, or anything. Only follow the horizontal levels. Only horizontal levels will make you money. AXP, really good setup, really good short setup here. Can clearly count the 5 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4 is happening. 5th is to the downside. 125 on the deck, easy. As long as stays below this 146.40 level. We got a we got a fake out, formed a nice supply. So anything under is a sell. I like this name. Just contracts move really nicely. Wait a sec. B is holding up pretty nicely. So for BA, I'm watching both sides. We're watching this 127.89, and then I'm watching this highs 133.35. We break this low, so my target would be this demand area that it formed on the daily. This is where I would cover my shorts, and then would watch again if we break this lows again. But not a good looking chart. Not a good looking chart. Bear flag after breaking this uptrend, head and shoulder, definitely gonna break these lows here. Looking at Hong Kong index, looks like it's in its final move down. Can count the 5 moves down from here. Looking at this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 wave down, and then we can see a temporary bounce followed by another huge dump on HSI, on all these names, easy shots, all these Chinese names after one bounce. Bank of America holding up, but I would be careful watching this zone for a short. Price below this zone, closes below it, can see a further downside on it, and then we have this setup too. And then earnings coming up. By the way, yeah, earnings starting next week. Banks, with banks, and then we can see where the market is heading. In my opinion, Q3 is going to be a shut earnings, followed by Q3 is going to be disaster earnings for sure. A little bit, but Q4 definitely is going to be disaster earnings in the market, and then we can see by that time we can see all these companies getting a lot lower, getting cheaper, and then we're gonna ready for a bounce pretty soon, heading into the summer of next year. Interesting setup here for Best Buy. So 2 scenarios here can happen on Best Buy. either this can be a fake out, right? This is a fake out, and then all the bulls got trapped, and we got a retest of this prior lows, and the price is going to move up, or this is a trap for bulls, right? We'll find out if we hold this lows, and then we break above this highs, which is 85.74. Then I will be watching this highs as my target. We break these lows here, prior low 62.50, then we can see we have a gap to fill to the downside to a lot of it. Beyond Meat, guys, look what happening with Beyond Meat. What we talked about last time. Is this gonna sell? Every single pop is gonna get sold. This is a huge range broken, and then no one's gonna buy this shit. And then what happens is break this lows, waterfall sell on this, a fake out, followed by spot break. Perfect recipe uh, for a huge downside coming. Mm. Citigroup is alright. It's a good setup, but I'll be looking at another banks. This looks pretty extended. CAD is holding up. This usually moves in versus SPY some days. I don't know. So I'll be watching the highs 181 to play the upside. We break that, and then we can definitely test 186.75 level. CCJ, okay, one of the short setups I'm watching, definitely on high watch. We got a bear flag breakdown. The volume isn't there, but volume can come on this level break. So 26, 23, definitely watching this week. And then target would be 25.63, and this prior lows 25 zone. CCL, let's look at the daily. How's daily doing? Yeah, guys, downside watch for airlines for sure. Airlines on watch next week. Chewy, not interested. CLF, no. Comcast was a good setup on Friday. Couldn't play it. Yeah, this is a nice one. So definitely watching Comcast. Coin. Guys, only anything, especially coin. I don't like this. Thing chops a lot. So what I would be waiting for this to break this lows and then trade 59 33 level breaks, and then we can play the downside, or we break this prior highs. Okay, so it's Costco's playing out nicely. 1 2 3 4 5 into the demand, and then we can see a bounce. 463.75 breakdown level, definitely playing. Break that, and then we can test this daily demand. If this demand daily doesn't hold, and then we can test this prior demand, where I would definitely be watching for a swing long. Cool. No. CRM, only if we break this prior lows, or this Friday quick scalp of these lows. Crowd, another bear flag. What's gonna happen with crowd? Let's see. I think we did last time. Just looking at this pattern here. Let's see if we can hit this target. It's pretty down here of this flag and the waves that I'm seeing. Let's see if we can test these prior lows again. 113, 120 would be a nice target on crowd. You can see a huge sell-off. So one big level I'm watching is 169 this week. Cisco, good shot. So many guys, so many good setups. Mm, I think it's like nowadays I'm mostly following on Spy, playing all these names. I haven't played all these names in a while. Just playing Spy. It's been a lot of time. So if when Spy is gonna move, all these names gonna move. And thing is like recently, we've been nailing the tops and bottoms pretty accurately on Spy. So there's no point of wasting time in finding another setup when we know what's gonna happen with the Spy every single day. Oil looks getting tired, I guess. Mm, let's look at XLE real quick. We got this downtrend break and retest. So it needs to stay below the zone here. Bears do not want above this highs. We break this and can definitely test this prior highs at 91, 92. But CVS looking, a little bit bearish, running into the supply here. But we'll see. Or it's a time for a breather. Perfect break and retest of this bear flag, right? Or you would say the prior lows, right? Now I'm watching this lows here. There be more good setups for airlines, not this one. Like I think LUV or CCL, would be good setups. Dash, no, I don't like to play. This is a lot of chop. Since this break, either we break this lows and then we can see a clear setup. Otherwise, I'm not playing it. Dropbox, Datadog, no. Thing is like, I would not play Datadog. The thing is, first of all, the spread is wide. The second, the recently it's not moving and there's a lot of chop. So there are other good names out there. So just do not waste your time on every single name out there. Trying to catch every move. There's no point. DG sideways, leave it. Disney, either you play Disney, BA, Airbnb, only one or two names from one sector, or the airlines, right? You don't wanna have your focus, give your time to all these names. But watch this 95.37 level, break that, and then quick intraday scalp 94.31, break that, and then we have a nice demand in this zone. DKNG I'm watching because we got a fake out of this range. We got a fake out of this range on some high volume with some news too, right? So 15.95 I'm watching to play the downside, and then we have a gap to fill. And $3 holding strong after this dump here. So let's see if we want to play it. Duku was a good setup. I was wanting to play on Friday. It's on my watch list, but she just gapped down. Did not even give me a retest of my zone here. But we'll take standard here right now. Deviant rejected at the high, so nice run from the lows here. So I think any pullbacks it's gonna get bought up. So any pullback in this zone here, watch for bullish formation, and then a breakout of the horizontal to play the upside, and then at that time price might form this inward head and shoulder too, and then breaks out of this downtrend again, and then we see a market sell-off big time when price breaking the energy stocks are breaking out, right? eBay fake out followed by this one, same sort of high volume coming in, should be on watch, but the levels are pretty messed up. And face energy, guys, it's going to 220. Nobody can stop it. It just got this this bounce of this 100 magnet, but it's not gonna hold. It's not gonna hold for long. I think it's gonna go to 220 for sure. So definitely on high watch. I was trying playing it on Friday. I bought puts, closed it for 30-40% only. I was expecting a big fucking sell off because we got this range fake out, followed by sport break retest. It was a perfect short setup right now in the market. So I'm watching. As long as price stays below 270, every single pop is gonna get sold. SC is holding up nicely. Bulls probably have this opium. It's some of us are already having seeing some bull counts here. If this isn't a bull market, then how would I count it? I would say this is a one, two, three, maybe four, and then five to the upside, and then we haven't seen a divergence in price here. So if LC make a new highs, then at that point, it'd be a good shot. If it makes new highs, breaks above this and then close below the prior highs, easy shot to play the downside, at least the 50% of that move. I think X is this name. I played this rundown, this one. Just because of my waves, I was I swung it in this one, and then I also played this run up to in the in the March. Just using waves, and then waves showed the top is in this count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside. And then A, B, testing the supply again, shot it back down, right? So this short coming, and then it's a waterfall sell-off came again after a nice sell-off. ABC. Very setup. So I think there's more coming. So we got this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, you can definitely test these lows here. This is 33, 35. Definitely watching. XP is holding up. The cons move like shit. Ford is holding up nicely. So I'm watching these lows here on Ford. 1193 for a shot here on Ford. We got this one. So definitely watching this 1193. We have a gap to fill. Can give us intraday play. Fang is looking strong. All these oil names, but extended for a swing. Copper's going down. Aluminium, copper, uranium. All these names looks like it's gonna visit some lows here. But also watch these prior highs. Ooh, FedEx made a hammer on some volume on Friday. That's impressive. But no point unless we break this highs. 160 actually, yeah, 160 this zone. We break that, only then it'd be considered bullish. This hammer alone doesn't mean anything. And then for bulls, they need to hold this zone here. This zone, hold this zone around 145, 146. Otherwise, new lows. You guys know what's gonna happen now. Come on. First solar. Fake out followed by a support break. So either it's ENPH, TAN, FSLR, Run ETF. I think all these names gonna get sold. So other than VIX, what there other ticker securities currency you look at to help determine SPY movement? Sometimes in Discord I hear USD pumping and SPY usually does the opposite. So yes, I always watch all these names, so can see it here on my this screen. In this tab here, I have opened. I watch 2-year bonds because they are really closely correlated with the markets, or can give you a good sense where the market is heading. And then I use a dollar DXY to see how's dollars moving, because price it's like almost 100% correlated, um, not like non-correlated, right? So with the SPY, and then if it's moving up, SPY is gonna go down. And then I also watch this crude oil to see if how if oil's heading higher, how's price reacting to it. Because recently what happened is, in all this dump in crude oil, this prior dump we had, it dumped with SPY. But what happened on Friday after this OPEC news that we got our 2 million barrel output cut every single day, which is going to drive the price a lot higher. And then which we can see in or near gas stations, pumps, and on the crude oil price that is just heading towards just new highs, no pullback, straight up high. You guys know how how hard they are on cutting supplies, right? So definitely watching gives a good sentiment. And then I also watch bond market too, because you want to see how the bonds are doing uh, before making any decisions on. So I watch TLT bonds, and then I also watch VIX here sometimes. I don't care about VIX much, but it's good to see how VIX is doing. Along with SPY chart here, Qs and IWM. So this is kind of my setup I look for before getting into a trade in SPY. But again, guys, one thing is, let's say I see a very setup on DXY. This is gonna go down, but at the same point I'm seeing a downside on key level breaking on SPY. It's not like I'm not gonna hold back, so I'm only gonna follow the SPY level. So if SPY is showing me that it's want to go down, it's breaking some key levels, then I do not care about all these dollar movements, all these bonds, crude oil, nothing. I just care about SPY price action, how it's doing, right? But all these stuff are there just to help you analyze, not to have any bias. GDX, gold is coming down. Like, who thought that gold would pump? So rejecting at a downtrend line again. Rising rates obviously is not good for gold. So we have seen 2 year um, 2 year at the highs again. You know what that means for gold. If you're holding gold, you don't want to see bonds going higher. It's just going to depreciating the value. We break this highs, it's going to go to 4.9% on that break. So gold's not going to like that, and then it's going to sell off back again to this prior lows here. So watch for that. Do not get trapped in that pump. GM, nice setup. Watching this 33.27 support break here. Can play the upside too if this level breaks intraday. GME, definitely on watch GME. I saw some flow on GME the other day, but nothing's confirmed. If we break this 24.15 low here on GameStop, it's holding up nicely. Sideways action in a bear pennant. Google, no, it's all right. GS, all these names, there's no point of playing them. When you can just play go ahead and SPY, they're gonna follow SPY. Just trying to look for a different setup with a HP, good setup but a bit extended. I want to see more consolidation. IBM's gonna follow HPQ. Guys, Intel, I would never even put a penny in this name for a long term, not a single penny, because this name is not gonna outperform any other name. Because if you guys remember, if you guys follow me for a long time, you guys know I'm not a Intel bull. When price was moving higher, in back in 2021, and then price was just to the downside here all the way, and then all these other chips were making new highs. Earnings were coming up. Look, the earnings, nothing's happening, nothing's moving, just going down, because all these big companies, they took away, their share. Intel, Nvidia, AMD, took big part of their revenue, and then we can see it on the chart too, right? So every single green day is gonna get sold 100%. So I would stay away from this type of companies. JD, no, I'll just play Baba and something. JNJ was a good setup on Friday. I did play it a little bit on that break here, 161. Okay, quick scalp, but I'm looking for a big move now on it. So along with watching healthcare sector and this name here, so 159 17 would be a good level to watch for this week here. Even if we get a retest, let's say we got a retest of this zone here, then I'll be looking for a rejection at this zone to play it back down. So on high watch. JPM, no. Utility names going to be nice. KSC looking good. Utility names, ETFs looking bad, and then KSC on the verge of this prior lows break that. Easy shot 3150 target. Coke, what is off? I think can see more. We have gap to fill. No real demand until this 52 53 zone, so it's definitely going there. Let's look at all these utility names. Is that dead now? Lucid, I was waiting for this movement to come. Looks like it's here. I wanted to short, somewhere around here, but price is holding this price up. What I want to get fake out. So I think it's finally breaking this support here, and then it's also broke this range here on the daily. So any pullbacks, to this zone here, gap fill, and then back down, can give us a good entry. So on watch too. Liados, Neos. If you back holding, then I don't want to say anything about it. It's looking really bad because my cousin is bag holding Liados from 35 bucks. It went to 40. I told him to sell. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna sell half. When it goes to 100 bucks, I'll sell another half. I was like, then I was like, I don't know what to say. And then Neo is also holding Neo from 45. Guys, the day you're, let's say you're in the stock market, and the day your friends, families, ask you, should I sell my, all the stocks? Should I, the bottom be in? Right now, nobody's panicking. When people will panic, people will, say, we should sell and stuff, and then we can see a capitulation in the market, and then the bottom will be in. LUV, okay, I like this setup. I like it both sides actually. No, not the both sides. Guys, be careful if playing LUV or any other names. Airline rated, if you see a pump, watch for this fresh supply that just got created. Can see pullback traders can reload puts in this zone and then dump it back down. So I want to see how price react in this zone before taking long, even if we see some green days. What time frame do you use to enter and manage your trades? Yes, I use daily time frame, for my levels, and 15 minutes or 10 minute time frame to manage my trade. You can see it. It's in the premium section. The videos that I have. I think the strategy that I use, the magnet strategy, I explained it everything in there. It's an hour-long video. It's in the premium education section. You can see. You guys, MA, no, more or bad earnings, doesn't matter. So one good level to play Mora is around 1090, 1070 is a good zone. Meta definitely on high watch, not looking good. Should have swung meta puts. if I knew the chart. Okay, so on high watch, it's gonna go lower. MGM holding up. I don't know why it's holding up nicely, but this pattern does not look good. I think we can see a nice sell-off in this name if markets go sideways. But the cons, I don't know about how. I don't remember how the cons are, if spready or not. But 32 is a good level to hold. Break that, easy shots to 30, 31 level. And M&M, good one. A lot of heavy selling in this name. I told you guys last time, every single pop is gonna get sold because after this huge, downtrend, what happens is after every impulsive move down, every single pop is gonna get sold. What happens is in a longer time frame, let's say price is chopping for a month or two, just grinding to the upside. What's gonna happen is just gonna consolidate in a bear flag or any bear pattern before heading even back down here. Right, so it's not looking good for coming weeks or months. Okay, holding up pretty well. MO utilities name wouldn't play it unless we break this prior highs or this daily range here with the support of 41.53. MP no, MRK no way. Moderna is a good setup but needs to break its prior lows. And then we have this also support, so I don't want to get chopped out playing a small drop. 115 is a good level. There is no COVID now, so why there will be a COVID stocks, right? So 115 breaks, 102 comes on watch for a heavy shot, and then what happened is here we got a fake out too, so it's gonna pay. What a sell off in Marvel. Oh, this name's looking good for a further downside. How many green setups we got? Only 5 yet. I'm on 8. I think probably one of the only good banking setup is Morgan Stanley. If we break the lows and not that extended. Microsoft was one of the best shots you could get on Friday. I pointed out to the members that it is retesting it. Not one time, two times, three times retest rejection of the zone. What's gonna happen? Only one thing, downside, right? Just if anyone was buying up here into the resistance, not good, not good. Oh, let's look at Microsoft next levels. By the way, if I know a lot of you play Microsoft. Prior lows key level 232.81 breaks, and then 227 next. Not 227. 228 to 229, and then we have this daily demand around 217. So these are levels I'll be watching. So I'm only watching 2 names on semis in the next week. I'm watching MEU bear flag holding up compared to the rest of the semis. And then if we see a breakdown of this daily range, I think MU can sell along with the Marvel. So Marvel and MU, only watching 2 names. Airlines, I'm watching Norwegian Cruise. Not that extended yet, and still under this, right under this resistance. I think it's still working on this distribution time, so we can see it. Got this net. No, guys, look, trend line break, fake out, coming back down. So use it. All these trend lines against each other. Don't use it for yourself. Just use it so there's gonna be a fake out coming. Netflix. not breaking this highs. A lot of people said it's gonna break this highs. It's gonna go to these COVID lows, and we have to go to 331. But guess what? It's not. 280, 233 key level broke down, and then this triangle breakdown, and then we got this uptrend here too. If we take it, it's breaking down, but it's not breaking the key level yet. On the daily, a lot of chop in this zone, so better be careful playing Netflix. So 222, 221 is a good support here on Netflix, and then we also have this zone here. So a lot of supports here on Netflix. So a high confidence play below this zone, 211, below this 190 next, right? Or this highs if we see earning pump, right? 19 October. Neo, not looking good. Not looking good. So I'm watching Neo or XFAF for next week in the semis. Nike. Break and retest of prior lows. Retest of this prior range here. Can test this COVID lows. The next demand is right around this COVID lows. So I think any pump is gonna get sold in Nike until this COVID lows target met. Nvidia, no, just wow, just wow. Break 115, 78 next, guys. $78 on Nvidia still won't be a steal. Watch this uptrend line. Like this is a huge uptrend, holding from this 2016, from basically it started. So I think anything coming back to this trend line, and then we can see a huge bounces of this zone. Will decide to fade after that touch, but it's definitely going to 78 going forward. So any bounces, I think semis are getting hit the hardest, and then they're gonna keep it getting hit unless we don't see the bottom. So Octa not looking good on this semi name is like holding up, guys. Look, I'm just gonna go all in this name, like this, making new highs in this environment, and this is semiconductor company. So but not looking good for now. But when guys, you have to look at the relative strength of all the names in the bear market, how they're doing, because when the bounce comes, all these companies get a lot of flow in them, and then they are the one who's if they're holding up strong in the bear market, they're gonna outperform by 2-3x all these companies out there when they get more volume. So keep an eye out on these names, see how they moves in the bear market, because when the bull market comes, they're the ones who gonna pay us a lot. Oxy, PNW. Watching pen, 2960 level here. So prior support can retest it on that break, 2812, and then we have Pfizer was a fucking setup. So more downside coming for Pfizer. And then we got PG coming in. You guys know what's happening with utilities. I think a bounce coming soon of this demand here. Pins, I think it's holding up the news one. So not worth long unless we break this 26 23 zone, and then it does look like price is consolidating in this huge rising wedge. So let's see. I think it can sell off on earnings. Definitely can sell off on earnings. Its prior earnings up 11%. Mostly earnings are down bad. Right. So let's see, and then let's go to PayPal. Not good. Have a gap to fill on PayPal. How many alerts we got already? 17 on only. And then 89.51 is a good zone, and then we have a gap to fill until like 87. So definitely watching that zone. Qualcomm, whatever. I think as we cleared most of the names. Anything you guys want to see, let me know. Any chart requests you guys have. Let's look at Tesla real quick. Yo, Tesla, what a sell! What a sell on Tesla, guys. We were expecting the sell from 316 up to 137 is gonna go there. It's gonna go there, and then we can see a huge bounce followed by another dump. So let's see how that plays out. But bit extended now at this point. I would say we got this wave 1, 2, 3 is going down, and then we're gonna see a wave 4, and then 5 to the downside again. Because we already talked about Tesla. I mean the Netflix. Twilio, the setup I'm watching for long actually. If market is strong and Twilio is strong, I am watching this 78.59 level. XOM. XOM was actually looking bullish. I was looking at it last night. And then we got a downtrend break on it, or you would say, from here downtrend break, retested it. Very extended, guys. Very extended. If this is a start of next move up, because we can easily count this one, 2 waves down, or 3 here, or 4. So what can happen is, this is 3 move down, this is 4, and then this is probably another high it's gonna make on 5. So this, I think this can be a good count for XOM I'm watching. And then this is also a huge multi-month 105 big level. I think we can see a squeeze in oil prices, and then complete meltdown of the market. So if you are a spy bull, then you do not want a break of 105.64 level in XOM. And then I'm also interested in XOM, that's why I'm just analyzing it more for a swing. So let's say price is rejected this high because price is also in the demand zone, so I'll definitely be watching to add the dips around this zone here. Around this zone, if price pulls back, consolidate in a bull flag, and then the wave 3 can play the upside. Yes, any other charts you want me to look at? Meta, we talked about Meta. Meta, bear flag breakdown, we got this level break. Anything, price stays below this zone here, around 134 or 138, anything below, I see Meta going to 127 or 122 is my next target on Meta. Oxy. Yes, guys, there is a discount code for a Discord. If you wanna join, just open the support ticket in the Discord, and then someone will help you out. Oxy, I was the same thing, I'll be watching as XOM, kind of the same setup, not worth longing in my opinion. The risk yet, we already up from like 25% of the lows here, so not worth the risk going long. But I would definitely be watching the pullbacks. Let's say if we get a final leg down on SPY that I'm expecting, and then at this point price can test this supply zone, and then we can see a wave to pull back in SPY, and then we can also see a pullback in this. I mean, we can see a wave to pull back in SPY to the upside, and then we can see a pullback in oil around this zone here before it leads higher again, right? If that makes sense to you all. Lululemon holding this uptrend here. So key levels for form this supply zone intraday. It's a daily supply formed here. I think if it pulls back, and the pullback seller's gonna come and they're gonna dump it back down. So from a technical, from a if a breakout trader perspective, you should be watching this zone here around 295 or 296 is a good zone to watch to play the downside on it, and then target would be 281 280s on this one, as long as price does not take out this supply here. SQQ, QS ultra short. Watch for this high break 61.84. I think it's, or we have a supply zone here, so I'll be careful at this zone, because I can see a pullback coming in all these indexes. So there are chances that we see highs, a rejection of this supply here, and then a little bit more consolidation before breaking out again. All right, guys. Also, guys, I want to make this announcement. Before what I forgot, that the mentorship program is gonna start next week, in a week. So if you still interested, and then you wanna join, and then you want more info on it, I will post on my Twitter today. I'll retweet it, and then I'll also post on Discord. If you guys are interested in mentorship, and then where I'm going to talk about all the supply and demand thoroughly, and how I trade, the strategies I use, different strategies that I have, and along with that, I will also be teaching edit waves in a 2 weeks session. So 2 weeks straight for edit waves, and then 1 week for supply and demand. It's an 8-week course. So interested, let me know, or open the support ticket, and someone will help you out. So I think that's about it, guys, for today. I hope you guys liked the charting session. I would really appreciate if you guys like, and then share your views on Twitter, and then I'd appreciate it. So with that, I'm gonna take a leave. I hope you all have a good day. I have a good trading week next week. Any questions, you guys know, you guys can hit me up on Twitter, on Discord, anywhere you want. So have a good week, everyone.